Hi guys, today I wanted to talk to you about monks in general, where they are at the moment, where they're going, where they're more than likely going to end up during the seasons, the ladders and the leaderboards, which are hopefully coming out pretty soon, and what's to be expected of a monk player by the community at the moment. Unfortunately, at the moment monks are in a situation where they don't do as much damage as other classes. This is somewhat gear dependent. You can really stack a lot of elemental damage, get really lucky with weapons, get really lucky with rings. If you max out every single roll on every single item to its highest potential, you could potentially deal some substantial damage, but nothing in the same region as like a wizard, for instance, would do, or a demon hunter in probably half your gear. This isn't like a rant at the other classes or a buff monks please. This is just a straightforward me sending 2, maybe even 3 pieces of my gear from my monk to my demon hunter, putting my demon hunter in some really badly crafted rares. Weapons with only dexterity and no socket, for instance, or only socket and no dexterity. Sometimes not even with a quiver, missing loads of critical hit chance, and they just they do more damage. If you look through all of the passive skills for the monk, you can basically tell that this is a tank. As much as you don't want it to be, as much as you want to do the big deeps, unfortunately, it's not what our class was designed to do, or it does not look like it's what our class is exactly designed to do. Now, a lot of people would have caught onto this earlier. A lot of people have known this for a long time. But for those who are unaware, this is the harsh reality at the moment. There is a get out clause, so to speak, which I'm about to show you, but it's disheartening to see that this is what this is the way that we're expected to play, or this is what we're brought to a group for. You'll probably notice in my skill setup at the moment that I've got Inner Sanctuary and Exploding Palm on my skill bar, as well as I'm running Mantra of Healing. Now this is kind of expected in groups, unless you're running the 4-piece inners where you've got all the mantras. Mantra of Healing with Time of Need, which increases all your resistances by 20%, is very crucial for you and your groups if you're going to be running T6. And Exploding Palm and Inner Sanctuary also I've taken for multiple reasons. Inner Sanctuary because enemies inside the Inner Sanctuary you place on the ground take an additional 30% damage, which is great, and it also protects everyone inside that circle for 50, preventing them from taking 55% damage, which is it's very good. It's actually a lot larger than people think, and the circle actually goes right the way out to the points rather than just the circle in the middle, so it is actually a little bit larger than people think as well. The main part about a monk and taking a monk past perhaps Torment 5, but definitely into Torment 6, is Exploding Palm. Now, a lot of people will see Exploding Palm and say, oh, okay, well, it does a fair amount of damage, but it's over 9 seconds, it's physical, it's not fire, it's not lightning. That's true. However, when Exploding Palm explodes, it does 50% of your target's maximum life as damage to all nearby enemies. Now, because this is a straight percentage, it doesn't matter how much damage you can effectively do as a monk. Let's take, for example, that you're fighting champ packs. They all have 75 million health. You apply Exploding Palm to one of them and kill that one. Generally, if you're spamming out Lashing Tail Kicks, you're doing damage to the others as well. I'm using the Flesh's Weak rune, so they're taking 20% additional damage. If you put down Inner Sanctuary, that's 50% additional damage they're taking. You kill that one target that's got Exploding Palm on it, and it will explode for 37.5 million damage, which is 50% of his maximum life. So it will deal 37.5 million damage to the other champs. So say the other champs have taken like no damage at all, for instance, all of a sudden they'll be reduced to half health. Now this is a great way of doing lots of damage in big packs. If you're struggling with like one pack in particular, or struggling to get it low because you can't do that big damage, you can bring white packs in, apply it to one of the white monsters, kill the white monster, and it will do 50% of that damage, and you can really set off a big chain reaction. Now, as base, this skill is pretty strong. However, there's also a weapon in the game called the Fist of Az-Tarask, which it rolls between 85 and 100% exploding palm on death explosion damage. Now, as you can see from this one here, it's got a really poor dexterity roll, some spirit regeneration. The actual damage roll isn't too bad, 2.5% chance to chill, but the exploding palm on death explosion is 98% it's rolled, and I've got a socket on there as well. So basically what I will do is I'm fighting a champ pack that will have 75 million health. I apply exploding palm, and one lashing tail kick will put all of the champ packs beneath probably 98% of their life, which means that when one champ explodes, it's dealing 98% of its maximum life, which is then 71 million damage, and dealing that 71 million damage to everything around it, therefore KOing the champ packs. Now, the reason why this has become the staple now for a lot of monks in Torment 6 is because using exploding palm allows basically all of your party members to go single target damage, which a lot of the classes have a fantastic single target damage, and sometimes more single target damage than the AoE damage. And because you're using the Flesh is Weak rune with exploding palm as well, it also means that they're taking additional damage, as I said before, if you couple that with Inner Sanctuary. So all you're there to do really is apply exploding palm, they take additional damage, and then when that one exploding palm marked mob is killed, it explodes, does a lot of damage to everyone else, which is essentially your damage, but it's your no effort damage, so to speak, and it will blow up the map. The only problem with this so far is I've found it not to be exceptionally boring, but it's not as exciting as the lower Torment builds. Unfortunately, though, if you was to get into like a Torment 6 group, if someone was to say, "Oh, looking for monk," what the community is expecting you at the moment is to be running an exploding palm build, essentially, so that you can palm multiple enemies in a large pack, put down Inner Sanctuary to increase the damage taken by the enemies, and also to protect your allies a little bit as well, and then huge explosions from exploding palm, clearing loads and loads of mobs, and hopefully fantastic legendaries. So if you do come across a Fist of Az-Tarask, sorry, then do keep hold of it, because it is very good. Even the lowest rolls can be very, very good. However, because exploding palm does not scale off of your base damage, there's no. The best thing for you to do is go pretty much full tank. This allows you to be on the front lines of your group in Torment 6. Allows you to palm up multiple enemies without taking too much damage yourself, and because it's based on the percentage of your enemy's maximum life rather than a percentage of weapon damage or anything else, it can allow you to have almost no damage whatsoever. Apply that exploding palm, let the rest of your group deal a huge amount of damage to that one target, and then it will explode and kill the remaining monsters. So you want to go pretty much full tank. I'm going to be posting a couple of builds in the next couple of weeks of sort of like a total tank monk build, a sort of half support monk build, a build that you should be taking if you're running 4-piece inners, and I will also try my best to post up a build which allows us to do some damage, as well as use the exploding palm. So perhaps weaving in sort of like an epiphany exploding palm build, or something perhaps with that lashing tail kick, heaven forbid, as I do love lashing tail kick. But that's all to come. But as well as that is ladders and leaderboards. The problem with ladders and leaderboards that I've got at the moment is that monks cannot farm because of things like this, and because not being able to put out as much damage as, say, for instance, a demon hunter or a wizard or a barbarian, and also not being as mobile as them. A lot of people are going to argue that, you know, oh, Tempest Rush, yeah, okay, but it doesn't do a hell of a lot of damage. We know what two-handers are like. Oh, you've got Dashing Strike as well. Yes, but once your free charges have run out, I know it's only a 6-second gap, but there is that downtime. Look at the amount of damage that that can be done with Leap. Look at Teleport Wormhole on Wizards, Vault and the Donata's set, for instance, with Demon Hunters. A lot of the other classes are more mobile than us, do more damage than us, but none match us for survivability. So, if ladders were an endurance race for a short amount of time, then monks would probably win. However, because it's going to be a case, on softcore at least, of whoever plays the most, I believe this is how it's going to work anyway. Obviously, it will be like the highest Paragon level will be at the top, and the highest levels, it will essentially just be ordered by total experience gained. Is that unless you're part of a group in which you will be more than likely expected to run this Exploding Palm build, unless any fantastic changes happen to Monk in the meantime, this is what you will be expected to do. So even when it comes to ladders and leaderboards, I suggest you find yourself a really good group and get this build sort of running. You don't have to run it obviously too early, because pre-70, sorry, it won't be fantastic. Once you get this weapon, it becomes even more fantastic for your groups. So just take ladders and leaderboards as they come. I hope a lot of you are going to stay true to playing a monk. I know it's going to be very easy when ladders and leaderboards come out to say, you know, oh, okay, well, I want to be in like the top 100, top 1,000 players, so therefore I feel like I'm forced to play a demon hunter. But let's all pull together, get a large monk collection going out there, and then hopefully when people look down the leaderboards, they'll see some fabulous monks rather than a continuous amount of barbarians and demon hunters. This is nothing against any of the other classes or anything against the other class players. This is just the way that that Blizzard have monks at the moment, and there's been reported blue posts saying that monks are in a good place at the moment, which probably means that we don't need any attention in ways of our damage or our survivability. Definitely not our survivability, at least. So when ladders and leaderboards come out, don't be disheartened. Play a monk. If you are a monk player, if you do enjoy it, do play it. Something will change for us eventually. Looking back at previous Blizzard history, you can see something sits at the bottom of the pole for so long, and then all of a sudden it jumps to the top. So hopefully it will happen the same with Monk. But as much as we don't want to be, we are fantastic support classes. We do provide a lot of survivability. Our mantras are fantastic for helping our allies out. Just let's hope the community appreciates what we do, what we have to sacrifice. We don't get to see the big numbers, but hopefully we will do soon. That's pretty much it for me for now, guys. So in the following weeks, I am sorting out my 100 subscriber video that has been slightly delayed. I'm trying to fit into it as much information about myself and my gaming history as I can, so that I don't have to do too many multiple takes, and I don't have to go over loads of questions that were perhaps unanswered in, say, like the comments below the video. So I'm going to try and answer as much as I can in that video when I do publish it. But that's it for now. Thanks, guys. Stay tuned, obviously, to the channel. If you do like the channel, subscribe. If you like this video, please like it. Let me know what you think about monks and how they are and how they're perhaps going to be in ladders and leaderboards in the comments below. And if you like the video, give it that thumbs up. And always, guys, thanks for watching.